All right, this is a 5-minute update on some of the currency pairs that we've been trading. We've closed out and we're flat our position here on the dollar Swiss. This is the dollar Swiss 30-minute chart. We're looking at that dotted green line right there. Starts off the 5 p.m. rollover period, and then we've got Mondays open. We've got Tuesdays open here. So this is all of Monday's trading range. Now on Monday, later in the day, we had a Tech 1 trade. So I want to talk about this because there was a couple of different things that we were talking about in the chat room. We had a Tech 1 trade reversal, and it was also almost like that fade the double zero trade. So we initially had a target down here at 60 from our entry. Normally when you fade something like this, you're going to be targeting 60 on the other side of the double zero. If you're trading it to the upside, you would target 40. So this one worked out okay, but it took a little while. It kind of bounced around at resistance up there. And then after the rollover period, in the chat room meeting, I mentioned right at 5 o'clock that we still might get an HL30. And if we get an HL30 up here at resistance, it would confirm and solidify my trade with the Tech 1 trade up here. And it might confirm the direction. So for those who did not get into the Tech 1 trade here on Monday, later in the day, you got another opportunity here on Tuesday. Now I sent out a video. You might have seen that. We were talking about the HL30 here. It printed a perfect, and I'll go ahead and open this up, but I just want you to see what's going on here, and then I'll go back to this area. But here you can see it a little bit better. This is the rollover period. That's the high. It moves within the 10 pip range and then prints this reversal candle. Once we get the reversal candle, we need to confirm with the CCI that it's printing a lower reading on that reversal candle compared to the previous day's high CCI reading. And that was perfect. There was no divergence in the CCI. So at that point, when we get the confirmation with the CCI, we're able to get into the trade on the close of that candle. And that gave us an entry. If you missed the Tech 1 trade from yesterday, you got another opportunity to sell this again. It gave you an entry at 90. Now, when we trade the HL30, we're trading it to, we use a 20 pip stop and a 20 pip target. So the first target would have been 70, right down here where my cursor, where the arrow is. So that would have earned you approximately 20 pips. Again, I call out all of these trades in the chat room, and this one moved to that 20 pip target, and it moved really well, really easy. Just it didn't take that long. They don't always work out this quick. Some of them do, some of them don't. Every day's a little bit different. Now, very often I talk about the possibility of earning more on a trade like this, because if the trend continues, you can trade it to a second target. If the first target is 70, we trade it to a second target of an additional 20 pips, which brought us down here to 50. We would just trade it. So the way you would do this is you would either scale out of your position. It depends on the kind of account that you have set up with your broker. You might be able to scale out a part of the position here at 70 and then set the open half of the position at a break-even stop on that second half. And then if it continues down here to 50, then you would effectively earn 60 pips, because the first half of the trade would earn you 20 pips to the first target. The second half of the trade would earn you 40 pips to that second target. So effectively, there's approximately 60 pips that could be earned. Now, if you can't scale out of an open position, you can put 2 lots on these HL30s. It's a very effective trade. It's a very effective way to execute this trade and to maximize a move like this. You can close the first lot at the first target and then the second lot at the second target. It was just that easy on this trade here, and it works. The dollar Swiss is a great trade. It's a great currency pair to execute that HL30 trade. And we don't get the HL30 every single day. But when it sets up like this, especially in this type of environment, it was perfect. Everything was perfect about this HL30. So from the trade that we executed yesterday, for those of us who were still in it, we were able to identify this trade, the HL30, which gave us more confirmation, and it gave us a different price target. So we were able to take it initially from 60, which was our target from yesterday, all the way down here to 50. We were able to make the adjustment and to get even more. That's how I was able to manage this trade and get us even more out of the trade than if we were just to hold on to the initial trade and not see the confirmation here. Now, moving forward on this pair, I'm going to go back to what you see here. Here's yesterday's low at 86. It's still possible that we could get an HL30 if price continues down here later in the trading day. It needs to go down to at least 96, and we could see an HL30 that would give us an opportunity to trade a bounce off of support back up again. We could trade 2 HL30s in the same day on the same pair. It happens every once in a while. It just doesn't happen every day. So it's something that I'm going to be looking for here on the dollar Swiss. This was an awesome trade. Thank you very much for those of you who